Hello, I'm Natasha Hemingway, meaningful success coach and speaker. What if you were operating from a place of faith instead of fear so that you could achieve meaningful success and true joy? I help women move into a place of truth instead of fear so that they can trust what it is that they really want out of life. Instead of doing and achieving the success of what society or your significant other or your parents have told you you should be doing, instead of like chasing after goals that you really don't want, that don't bring you joy, but instead make you happy. See, there's a difference between happiness and joy. Happiness is based off of happenings, the things that are happening to you. And guess what? The things that happen to you, they actually come and go. And just like that, happiness comes and it goes. But joy is a spiritual kind of anchoring. It's something that's rooted in you. It's something that even if you don't have everything that you want, even if you don't have the six-figure career that you want, you are actually still waking up with joy because you are actually operating in purpose and on purpose. So I want to talk about what is meaningful success and this equation that I've come up with that I think defines what meaningful success is. And a lot of us are really out here kind of doing what people think we should be doing or what we think makes us happy instead of really what brings us joy. And it's okay that, yes, we have all these jobs that bring us six figures or whatever amount of money that it brings you. But are you really doing what you really want to do? And I think it's important to figure that out because a lot of times we go through life and we get so caught up and we go to school, right? We get a degree or we get certifications and we're doing all the things, but we kind of silence and ignore or tune out the things that really matter to us most. That might not sometimes make sense to other people, that sometimes scare us and make us fearful because other people don't understand it, or sometimes because we don't really know exactly what it should look like and how we should kind of walk it out. So for me, the definition that I have come up with around meaningful success, it's actually doing what matters to you most and brings you purpose and joy. And the equation that I've come up with that gets you to meaningful success and joy is, I think it's comprised of a couple of things. Number one, it's your faith. You have to be rooted in something that is bigger than yourself. You have to know that there is more to life and there's something that you believe in that anchors you. And for me, that is my faith. It is knowing that there is my faith, who I believe in, what I believe in, which for me is God. And for everybody is something different. And I'm not here to tell you what that should look like. I'm talking about what it looks like for me. But the fact is that I know that I have a deeper faith. It is the thing that anchors me when my mind kind of starts to go awry and I have all these, fears that creep in or self-limiting beliefs or negative self-talk that comes up for myself. I have to root myself and anchor myself in my faith because my faith has promises and things that it tells me that I sometimes don't believe, but that are true for my life. So number one, it's faith. You have to have something that you believe in, that roots you and grounds you, that puts your ego in check. Because we all have ego, and our ego can run off and make us think that we are more than we are. It makes us think that we are in control. It makes us think sometimes that we're not good enough. It has you thinking a lot of crazy things. But my faith tells me different. My faith tells me who I am. My faith tells me who I'm destined to be. My faith gives me my promises that have been put in and that are on my life. So, number one, faith. Number two, ambitions. What are your ambitions? What are your goals? What are your dreams? We all have them, but believe it or not, at certain points in our lives, we forget what they are. We get caught up in our jobs. We get caught up in the success or the running for this or that. We get caught up in believing in what others think we should be doing. We get caught up in being parents. I mean, whether you're a husband or a wife or whether you're a single parent, you get caught up in doing the parent life and the parent things and doing all the things for your kids, except for what you should be doing for yourself too. We forget that. So a lot of times we forget our dreams and our goals and our hopes. So your ambitions are important, and it's important to know what they are and place them in a priority. The third thing is balance is important because we're trying to do so many things. And when I say balance, I don't mean everything being perfectly leveled in your life, because that's not realistic. So I don't like to set expectations or set goals on things that are not realistic. There is no such thing as a perfect balance, but it's kind of balancing things so nothing gets too far out of whack or too far down on the priority list or completely off of the scale, but actually figuring out what balance looks like for you that works best for you, your lifestyle, the demands that you have on your lifestyle, your family. And it's important to figure out what that balance looks like for you so that you can achieve what your ambitions, goals, and dreams are. The second thing is with this equation. So once you add faith, ambition, balance, you put a parenthesis around that thing, and then you times it times mindset. Mindset has to be multiplied and applied to every single one of those things that we just talked about. Faith, ambition, balance. You have to apply your mindset to that. Your mindset is key. It is the deciding factor whether you actually move towards what you want or you don't. You are sometimes your worst enemy. And it's, when you think about that, it's hard to think about that and kind of take it in. But if we're being honest, it's the truth. It's the truth that sometimes our mindset and the way that we see things or the way that we perceive them or the way that we think about them is actually what keeps us from what we truly want. So it's important that you address your mindset. Then when you get to this equation and you put an equal sign behind that mindset, that is when you start moving yourself towards meaningful success and true joy. And it's not about, quitting your job and then jumping and going after your dreams, ambitions, and goals, but it's how do we start closing the gap towards moving you towards meaningful success and true joy. So I am so excited, and I look forward to being able to lay out what these different pieces of this equation looks like and what it means so that you know how to start moving yourself towards meaningful success and true joy. Because let's be honest, what is life if you're living it for someone else? It's your life. So you get to choose how you want to live it, what you decide to focus on, what your purpose is, how you operate in your purpose. Those things are so critical. So it's key that you actually focus on it so that you can actually achieve meaningful success and true joy in your lives. So stay tuned. Click the link below in the comments to join my success pack so that you can stay in the loop and in the know on my newsletter that comes out, on my YouTube channel, and on Instagram and Facebook. So you can find me everywhere at Natasha Hemingway, whether it's on Instagram or Facebook, and my website is natashahemingway.com. That's simple. See y'all next time.